Welcome back. Manipur BJP spokesperson from Thadou tribe, Michael Lamjathang Haokip's house in Churachandpur was attacked on Sunday night. Over 24 people vandalized his house and they also fired shots in air. However, no one was injured. This comes days after 3 MLAs clarified that they want their tribes to be called by their correct names instead of being associated only with the term Kuki-Zo. Mr. Haokip has been actively raising awareness about his tribe, the Thadou, which he asserts is being inaccurately classified as a Kuki tribe, and he says that it is not this way they should be classified. He mentioned that his house in Churachandpur was attacked for the second time, but that's not the issue. Issue is classification. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh strongly condemned the incident. He said the attack carried out on the family member of Michael Lamjathang, a leader of the Thadou community, one of the oldest of the ethnic tribes of Manipur, as well as the BJP spokesperson, by vandalizing his house was an act of cowardice. I consider this personal harm being put on one of our recognized tribes as a direct challenge on the unity and the integrity of the state. Attack on any particular community of the recognized tribes of Manipur, as well as the attack on the family of the BJP spokesperson. In the strongest terms, we will initiate appropriate legal action against the culprit. On social media, 3 non-Meitei MLAs have also been advocating that the tribes be correctly identified rather than being associated with Kuki-Zo community. Now, why this issue has come up now? The Thadou community has also, which is the Thadou Community International, has also condemned the attack in a statement. They say the assault is barbaric and cowardly. Its attack on the community. The statement highlighted ongoing tension between the Thadou and the Kuki communities, alleging widespread human rights abuse against Thadous, and they use the word supremacists. TCI claims that these abuses include restrictions on obtaining tribe certificates and participation in Thadou activities. The organization called for government intervention, demanding stern and immediate action against the culprits. Now, before I get into other details, and because the Chief Minister also met them, I had interviewed the Chief Minister. I have that bite I'll play out. I had interviewed Lamjathang Haokip. I have that context. I'll play that out. But let me straight away introduce you. Michael Haokip Lamjathang. He joins me today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Kartike. Thank you for inviting me and having
I'm
me.
also being joined by Thongolal Haokip, but I'll come to you, Professor, later. Mr. Lamjathang Haokip, why has this issue come up now in context of classification that your community is distinct from the Kuki community?
Kartike, Manipur, as you know, is a multi-ethnic society. It is more of mini India, and the classification of communities or based on tribe is obvious, and it's clearly stated in the Scheduled Tribe of India, which was done as per the Article 342 of the Indian Constitution. The basic thing is about the language and the cultural distinctiveness of the community. In Manipur, we have 29 original recognized tribes as per the 1956 modification order, which was based on the state's reorganization based on linguistics. So when you look into the distinctiveness of the people, the Thadous are distinctively and independently classified in the tribe modification order of 1956. And since then, Thadous becomes distinctive in the Indian Constitution. Prior to that, also before India got independence and India got her constitution, Thadous are also known as Thadous distinctively. Why distinctive in nature? Because Thadous have its own language called Thadou language, its own culture called Thadou culture, its own custom, its own attire, its own culture, which is not in common with any other tribes or communities in Manipur. But nevertheless, this ethnicity, despite being multi-ethnic society, are not much learned in academics or in schools. And this is the reason why the Métis and other tribes have mistakenly identified the Thadou people as Kukis, and the Thadous are a victim in both from the Métis side and from the Kuki sides.
Why was your house attacked?
And we are caught in between.
Why was your house attacked? And the TCI, which is the Thadou press statement, says that it's bearing the brunt of the Kuki supremacists.
Kuki supremacists has been prevailing for the past so many years. Like, for instance, if you look back the history of tribes classification in India, in 1951, when India got her independence, the tribes of Manipur was classified into three. That was broadly and loosely classified: Kuki, Naga, and Lusai. So, but based on the Backward Class Commission and the state government recommendation, and based on the linguistic and cultural distinctiveness, Thadou was independently identified among the 29 recognized tribes. So Thadou has been pushing its own preservation and promotion of its culture. But in between, the Kuki supremacists prevailed. Like in 1963, Thadou Students Association, TSA, was renamed as Kuki Students Organization in 1963. And in 1971, the Thadou Bible was renamed as Kuki Bible, and they were forced to release the Bible outside Manipur because of litigations. And in 1987, Thadou language in the MIL subject was renamed into Thadou-Kuki, just for the sake of appeasing the Kuki nomenclature supporters. And in 1995, 1992-93, because of All India Radio Thadou program in Haflong, Dima Hasao, and Sea Hills, Assam, the Thadou program was forced to be renamed as Kuki program by the Kuki supremacists, Kuki militants. So Thadou-Kuki conflict broke out in Assam in 1992.
Mr. Lamjathang, why has this issue come up right now? Because you are the man at the center. It is on you Biren Singh had tweeted. Why has this issue come up right now?
This issue is a very important issue. This have not come up now. The Thadou Students Association in August last year also come up with a very strong statement giving 10 points about the crisis and the identity assertiveness. And Thadou has been subdued by the Kuki supremacists because of militancy and other reasons. So the distinctiveness of Thadou has been subdued. But with the coming up of Biren Singh government in 2017, he understands the uniqueness of Manipur as a mini India, diverse tribes. So he constructed tribal museum for each and every tribes, and he even showcased a tribal hut for each and every tribes in Sangay Ethnic Park in Moirang. So that Biren Singh understands the dynamics of tribe distinctiveness. He understands the core value of diversity in Manipur. So today, what remains is the people in that Manipur state. What remains is the people. Many organizations will come out. Many new forums will come up, but what remains is the people.
Fair enough. You stay with me. I'm also joined by Dr. Thadou Haokip. Mr. Haokip, I would like your response on this. Then I'm going to... Mr. Haokip, am I audible to you?
Sure.
I want you to respond to this, sir. And then I'm going to play out the bite of Salem Haokip, whom I interviewed yesterday, and Biren Singh. Your response.
Response to what?
Response to what Mr. Lamjathang is saying, that the Kuki supremacists are trying to absorb the smaller tribes. Is it correct?
You know, Kartike, to be frank, before I start onto this issue, let me once again reiterate something which I have said in Twitter space regarding the issue of leaked audio clip of CM Biren Singh, right? We should have discussed last week. We should have analyzed whether this clip was, authentic or not. But I don't know, your channel has skipped or, knowingly try to avoid this issue.
Mr.
I
Haokip,
think this
I
is,
decide on my channel
yeah,
what
we
I
should
need
have
to
discussed
discuss.
and
You
I
can
really,
blame me on Twitter,
we are
YouTube. Mr. Haokip,
consciously
you can blame
trying
me
to
on
avoid this.
Twitter, you can blame me on YouTube, but I decide what I decide on my channel. I mean, say I can't
Definitely,
have a
I'm
Twitter
just reminding
conversation.
you that
I
this is
invite
an
you.
issue which we
I
would
share
have
you. I share you the. I share you the content. I have not deceived you. I don't tell you that I'm going to discuss this and then I discuss this.
I know,
No,
but I'm
so
just
we
reminding
have to
that
be, we have
we
to
should have
be,
discussed
we have to
that
be, we have to be polite with each
closely
other, sir.
and
You have been coming
at
on
least
my channel. You can't accuse me
should
that I
have
haven't discussed it.
right.
I have the right to
Yeah,
discuss what I want to
let me
discuss,
continue. Let me
and I
come
have
to
the
the
right to
point.
invite you. You have the right to say sorry, Kartika, I will not come.
Yes, yes, I'm just reminding
But
you
this
that
accusation
it's a
is
serious issue,
incorrect.
and
That is
we are
my
just
mandate,
avoiding
sir.
the issue
Because you, no,
in
that is my
discussing.
mandate, sir. Do I tell you what you teach your
I know that. I
students?
know that. A kind of
Do I tell you
escape
what you teach your students? How do
mentality
you
that
make
they
your
have.
course?
I think
I
I
don't
don't
tell
like it.
you. In my 1.5 years, I have never said anything like that. Why are you
No,
writing
no,
this
I'm just
article?
reminding
आप
that
वहाँ प्रेस क्लब
we
में क्यों
have
जाते
tried
हैं?
to
उसमें
consciously
I have never
avoid
done that.
that.
No, no, no. You have to take it back. You have accused me of something. You have accused me of ignoring an issue. It is my
No, no,
mandate.
no.
What it is. It is.
No,
I decide what
it's
goes on
obvious.
my channel.
It's serious issue. Manipur is in crisis, and
Manipur is
that
in
audio
crisis.
leak, what we
It's
have
in
discussed,
crisis.
I don't say that
Everyone knows it's in
audio clip
crisis.
is authentic or not,
No,
but
sir. Mr.
that
Hauke, we have been on this show for 1.5 years. It is my editorial autonomy what goes on here. And it's not as if I tell you
I
that
know
we
that
please come to my
in the
channel
argument,
and we
I'm
will
talking
discuss
about
a part
how
and
we
then
are trying
I
to
end up asking you
avoid
B
that.
questions. You cannot accuse me that you have not discussed this. This is unfair. I discuss things at my time and my choosing,
It's
sir.
unfair that we are not discussing this issue. I don't say that it's the tape is
No, my question to you
authentic or
is,
not, but we
you
should
could,
discuss.
no, you can say this question is incorrect. You can say this question is biased. You can even get away by saying, Kartikeya, I don't like your question.
I will come to the point of Thadou. Yeah. My brother Michael something has been accusing the, cookies supremacies of trying to, control everything under their arms. But let me tell you, about 100 years ago, William Shakespeare, who is a colonial officer, after the Anglo-Cookie War, he was writing about notes on the Thadou cookies. And in that book, it is clearly mentioned that the Thadous wanted to rule all other tribes under the wings of Thadou. So that let me be very clear. I'm a scholar, and I would only state what has been written in the, certain academic and other papers. So the Thadous also have this mentality of controlling others under their wings, which the colonial administrator, also clearly stated in that book. I am very sorry for what has happened, the violence in Michael's house. That I think, we have been criticizing how Brinda, Bablu, and other houses were ransacked, vandalized. In a civilized society like us, such things should not be happening. And I think, as an academic, I condemn all those kind of violence, arson, and attack. Whether it happens on the Imphal Valley or in the hills, I don't, condone all such happenings and all those threatenings that were poured out by some groups. We should dialogue and we should debate on issues that confronting us. And surely, I think in every community there are people who wanted to be in power, who would like to have, a say on all issues, and they would wanted their viewpoints to be noted down or to be implemented. So such kind of people always, are there in each society. And let me remind you once again that Michael, that in one of the ethnic park inauguration, the chief minister himself, while accompanying a union minister, said that he was passing through a Thadou hut, right? And then he was saying that the Thadous are original cookies. So it's coming out from the mouth of the chief minister and Biren Singh himself saying that the Thadous are the original cookies. So I don't have to comment much, but William Shakespeare said about who the Thadous are, and Chief Minister and Biren Singh clearly noted that the Thadous are original cookies. So I transfer this issue into Kartike, how you analyze, how you take it based on what Chief Minister and Biren Singh said, and 100 years back, William Shaw talked about the Thadou cookies in Manipur and other places.
Mr. Lamjathang, I would like you to respond to it because there are a number of tweets that you have made and number of tweets your party has made. I would like you to respond to what Dr. Thangolal Haokip has said. Mr. Lamjathang.
Okay, you are not audible. Can you please?
Am I audible to you now? Mr. Lamjathang, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, please. Yeah,
I would like you to respond to Dr. Haokip.
Yeah, colonial writings are debatable, number one. Number two, Thadous are synonymous to Kuki. This is what in all the colonial writings, this is what they used to do. But in terms of culture and language, Thadous never speak Kuki language. Thadou never, share any custom or culture with Kukis. So Kuki is a generic term, like the Nagas in Manipur. Today, yes, earlier in 1951, we are broadly classified as Kukis. We don't deny that. But after the modification of the tribes based on linguistic and culture, Thadou, the Kuki was removed, Lusai was removed, Naga was removed. All these trees were removed, and all the recognized tribes having culture and language distinctively are recognized independently. But does it mean that Kukis are removed or Thadous are, Nagas are removed? No. In 1992-93, Kuki-Naga conflict was there. Maximum of the victims were Thadous. And this time also maximum, the worst victims are the Thadous. So we mean to say that it is about identity assertiveness. It is not about political kind of thing. The Meitei misunderstood the Thadous as Kukis. That's why we have been targeted. And the Kukis, on the other hand, you will not find any Thadou organization functioning in Kampopi or Chandel or Churachandpur this conflict, because they take advantage of this conflict by subduing the Thadou people in their own land. We are the slave in our own land. This is what we want to convey. Like I say, what remains, many organizations will come up, new forum will come up. What remains is the people. As per 2011 census, Thadous are the largest populated groups, and they are second in numbers in the overall, next to Meitei. So what we mean to say is like we are distinct from Kuki.
Brings me to a political question, and this is the most important part, because the whole Jiribam solution failed because the local administrative unit of the Hamar community was dissolved. So sociologically, Dr. Haokip, how do you look at it? Are we looking at a sort of a loose structure which is being dominated by major tribes? Is it an issue of major tribes with the smaller tribes?
Kartike, regarding the Jiribam issue, I have pointed out in your show itself that this kind of agreement would, have to taste the higher authority mandate. So within a few hours after the show, on that particular day, the Mar apex body, Mar Inpui, cancel all those kind of, smaller organization because it goes against the interest of the higher INPI or higher organization. So that we don't interfere with the tribes, kind of arrangement or what do they agree or what policy they have. It's within their own authority to determine what is good for the Mar or any community. Likewise, I think, the Thadous also have their own organization, and within the Thadou, there are many who would like to be prominent. There are disagreements. There are, like in other communities, there are many who would like to, have a career in terms of politics, a career in terms of so many, spheres of the society. So sometimes people do have, disagreements, and they collide, and sometimes organization break. But as a whole, you can see that the Nagas have their own apex organization. In Manipur, you have the United Naga Council. Earlier, it was called Manipur Naga Council, and these organizations are supported by the tribes, and the tribes can withdraw from these organizations. So, however, the apex body, like the United Naga organization, have certain say in the policies of the Nagas in Manipur. So we have to understand the dynamics of tribes and communities in the state as well as in the region, which means you have the apex body as well as you have the tribal, you have the clan level organizations, and all this makes a compact whole.
Okay, and coming to you, Mr. Lamjathang, because this issue was all over the place. Do you think that Thadou and other tribes can play a role in the larger process of reconciliation in Manipur?
Regarding the crisis, the stance of the Thadou, the opinions of the Thadous are divided. We are divided broadly into three groups at the moment. We have differences of opinion about the current crisis. The Thadous are divided. So, I will not come much into detail, because you know how the Thadou, especially from the peace love, the people from my group, Thadou group, as a Thadou Students Association, we have, and Thadou Community International, we are very optimistic, and we haven't lost hope about peace in Manipur. And second thing, I want to put in across, because many people have taken advantage of the conflicts on the ground and wants to pursue their aspiration. That's a different issue. That's all over there. It's not only confined to the Thadou group or some group. I have one question. So by terming Kuki supremacists, if Kuki is the only way out, then why did the Kuki group agree hyphenated Zo at the initial days? Number one. Number two, why is Kuki not the apex like Nagas and form ITLF? They bear it tribal just to appease the Zomi or the Mar group. Why do they have to sacrifice Kuki again? If Kuki at all is supreme, and that was the nature that has been following.
Okay.
So something is wrong here, Kartikeya. So and why
there are many shades here, but my job is to represent every shade. So let me, because I gave you all the time, but let me play out the bite of Dr. Lamjathang Haokip on reconciliation process. I want that shade to be also part of my program. I thank you, both of you, all of you, who gave me such different perspectives on this issue, but this is also another perspective. You have the right to express your grievance, outrage, anger. I mean, it's perfectly okay. But I think the way forward has to be reconciliation.
I say I'm agreeable. We are agreeable. How are we going to do that is the question. We have ideas. If government has ideas, we are willing to talk. We are already talking. This can be a feature of the talks. This time, the government has a proposal a little different from that format. So it's not imposing on us. They're saying, this is how we want to do it. So
how would you describe the proposal?
Oh, just that they, rather than bring it on the day of the extension meeting, we'll do it separately with certain groups upon whom there are allegations. We are saying, we are happy to, we'll comply with the dealing of the violations, but let it be in the standard format, because we like to maintain.
Big fan of Ian Bell, watching him very classy in all formats.
I find Durban quite a challenge, which is still an enjoyable one.